Morning. What's up, Cameron? What's up, Divert, Terry, Keanu, Steven, JB? What's up, man? Sandollar, Lona, Ed, Daffy, Rambo, Michael, Jazz, Sonia, Dustin, Devin, Anna, Ashley. Good morning. So I'm just gonna head and jump right into it. So last night, good morning, Geo. Jesus Christ, starting the day off with violence. I see. But last night I typed gap fill below is 390.50, making 390.50 a key level to watch for bounces for bulls or bearish continuation from this recent pullback. Below is 388.50, 386.25. Bounces can bring a retest of blah, 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 blah. But as you can see, we have actually broken this area here. That's the bottom of the gap fill. We broke it last night. We're actually holding it for most of yesterday. And then it was, I think, this morning. Yeah, this morning is when we finally broke it. Came back up and then stayed underneath it. So we actually broke the gap fill this morning, not last night, but we got close last night. And the very first level I said is below 388.50. That's where we just went. So we're already fighting off the next target below the gap fill. So right now you need to be looking at either a bounce from 388.50 into 390.50, and then we can evaluate, okay, are we going to look above this towards this? Are we going to reject this and stay in this range? Are we just going to get a little fake, bounce and then we fall through 388.50? Everything revolves around 388.50. And then if we get any bounces, it's going to involve 390.50 again. Again, the major level here. So I am going to leave a lot of this here. This isn't like the exact same TA we're going off of this morning. It's really just one level down. But I'm going to leave it all there because it's needed. So, but does that make sense though? What we're going to be looking at today? And honestly, I might not even switch to this chart today. I mean, it's the same levels. Actually, maybe we'll just stick on this chart today. Previous day open. Previous day close. That's all I can add on that one. Pre-market low will be added, of course. But that's initially the plan. It's pretty much watch to see if bounces come from 388.50. And if they do, yeah, they could definitely rally into 390.50, about $2 away, but that's not really a huge play, right? So you should probably just wait. But if you're in any puts from last night or you swung anything, you should definitely be trimming, or at least trimming your position in the morning. But overall, it looks like we're going to be seeing a small bounce at open as long as 388.50 in the pre-market low hold. That's essentially what I'm saying is going to happen. You guys are going to be looking for a potential bounce right at open. Now it's about looking at the strength of it, really. But let's leave it at that. Does everyone understand what we're looking at though on SPY? I think I explained that well enough on what we can look out for bulls, bears, potential range movement, the opening potentially. But give me a thumbs up or something to let me know you guys understand what we're looking for here, or that you at least understand what I'm talking about here on SPY. And then we'll move on from this and we'll look at a couple other tickers, and then we'll make our list, post it. And then we'll get Devin in here. So there's a couple scenarios that can happen at open, or today, I should say. At open, I really do feel like it's pretty much just a bounce. But again, you guys know me. I like to be non-biased. I like to point out every scenario that's possible. Therefore, everybody understands what's going on. All right, let's move on then. We'll come back to SPY, of course. We always watch SPY. All right. Previous day high is marked. Previous day low marked, which is pretty much the previous day close as well. So 70.50, huge level. 69.10, huge level. And this chart's actually pretty clean for AMD. So pretty much a break below pre-market low. If we get that bounce at open, we can look over 69.40. Major area that they're going to probably pump to, if a pump at open happens, is 70.50. So I have to pay attention to that level. There you go. NVIDIA's pre-market's a little bit more stable, and it's because they made their low, built a little bit of a base here. So 168.80 is actually a pretty solid break below level. And there's no levels in between that. It looks like they have a pretty good break above at 170.50, so we can definitely come check that out. Again, I don't like to normally grab different levels in pre-market. If it's not the true high or the true low, it's not going to be as accurate, or as strong, I should say. as significant, but there is a pretty decent level here at 170.50 where price kind of came down, rejected, and then continued down. So it looks like 170.50 again is a good level for Nvidia to the upside. 168.80 is a good level to the downside. Tesla with actually not bad of a pre-market considering I think they just got downgraded again today. Yeah, Piper Sandler adjusted them again to 300 from 340. So even though they had bad news come out in the morning, they still didn't really drop that heavy. So definitely keep an eye on that one. And it looks like over 128. This actually is a pretty clean setup here, but under 125 or over 128.75, it's a pretty simple trade plan there. I think I'm going to go ahead and add that for Tesla here. $130/131.50. Apple, I mean, it is down, but I like that it has a kind of moderately flat pre-market here. 133.20, 132.90 would be a good break below on that. Previous day close, 135.20. Amazon's kind of in the same seat with 93.18. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't feel like I deleted all these levels yet. There we go. Netflix. Pretty good amount of resistance here, but above this area there's a lot of room there, so that's not a bad trade if we get a good bullish rally today. Break below would probably be about 320. We wouldn't even look at the 321.25 because it's just too close. So 320 would be a good break below. Netflix is actually a pretty good play, and we might have to add that as well. Meta, eesh, they took a nasty fall too. Looks like under 131, we can look for some good drops. Back over 132 towards 133, we can look. It's pretty much every dollar move. Look at that: 137, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's kind of like how Apple used to be. I don't know if this is how Apple is now. No, not really, but Apple used to be this like every dollar out kind of target thing. You know, that's what kind of Meta reminds me of right now. Microsoft pre-market low is at 233.30. Osterin, go to the beginning of the stream. Have your answers, have your questions answered. Have your answers questioned. But it looks like over 235.80, Microsoft can get going. Under 233.30s, they can get dropping. Square, kind of obvious under 70.30s, possibly over 72s. I don't really like that one that much. BA took another nasty fall. They got a pretty good range though. All right, so let's go back to Netflix. We'll add that, and then we'll go back through the list and we'll see which ones do we want to add. $26.75 target. 328, 330. Meta, was that one that was bad? No, that wasn't the one I was thinking of. I think it was Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia was the one I was thinking of. Let's get an in-between level. I'm not even going to make anything up. 171.25. Which other ones do we like? I like these three the most out of the ones we've looked at. Let me bolden these. What the hell did I just read? Meta owned Instagram just launched a new quiet mode that lets you take a break from the app. What? What? If you can't manually tell yourself to take a break from an app, there's a huge issue there. What? I can't believe I just read that. So Apple doesn't look that bad, I guess. I guess I'll type up Apple. Bold in that, and then we'll post that. I like that a lot, though. I like this list. Not that bad. Trying to keep it at like 4 tickers, 3 tickers to 4 tickers, and then SPY, of course, like every day. Therefore, I can kind of keep everything how I want it. But let's post that, and then let's also post a chart with it. People seem to have liked that yesterday. SPY getting some buyers at open, or not at open, but in the morning. Finally seeing some sort of life in them today. Come on. There we go. Alright, now everybody should be getting the same. Yeah, everybody has it. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, cool, cool. We're good, we're good. Alright, so again, guys, if you guys have not already looked, check out the beginning of the stream if you're looking for SPY TA. We'll go over it again. For them reels that literally suck you in. Where can I get your playlist? I want to stay this mellow all day. What you talking about, Bob Johnson? What you talking about, Willis? Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Zeke. Good morning, Kid83. Good morning, Money Lisa. Good morning to you. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, JN. Good morning, sister. Good morning, Ruben. You like the Baba range? How did they do yesterday? I didn't even go back and back test that. Wow, they did really good under that level. Basically, you're watching outside of 117 and 114.30. They ended up breaking that pretty well, stayed under it for the rest of the day, and now they're maintaining as resistance. So key level today is going to be 114.50, 114.30 area for possible upside. For possible downside, you're going to want to look under this area here. So that chart actually does look pretty good, Daffy. You could even consider it being a potential bearish retest if they aren't breaking over anything. So if you don't see them break over this even could be considered a bearish retest. Could see moves to the downside from here. And then, of course, you have your open range breakout here. But yeah, good find, because that was from the inside bar. This day was an, or no, I'm sorry. This day was an inside, so it made really good price action for the next day, or at least good levels for it. Sinful coming through with an accurate meme. Give a thumbs up if you understand what's going on. Do an Elon laugh. Ooh, nice, Mel. Good morning. What a day yesterday. Let's be patient and find the right setup and do this. 100%. I agree with that. Yesterday was a beautiful day. And what's crazy too is like I think a lot of people really do underestimate the power of the market. You know, a lot of people probably sit here and think we're going to drop to the floor, we're going to fall 600 points, you know, this and that. It's crazy to think like this really could rally, take over previous day close, and even if we don't retake everything that was dropped, it would be crazy if we did end up like up here. I mean, it wouldn't be that crazy. This is something that's that could be very normal. Again, if you go back out to the daily, we didn't really lose anything. You know, we broke 390.50. We're under it right now. The worst case scenario for bulls right now is bears continuing this push to the downside, but they have 386.25 in sight. You know, so if we did start selling, I would say there's not as much room to the downside as there is the upside. So that's one thing to think about too if you are a bull right now, is there is more room to the upside right now from current price. But basically right now we're going to be relying on this gap fill right here as well as 388.40s. So if we get a good bounce, we're going to have to pay attention to that. If we get a good drop, we're going to have to pay attention to see if they actually even break that level. We got a good pop off it this morning, but they've actually already returned most of that, so nothing really crazy. What the heck, Leland? 99-cent donation with a mustache. That's too funny. Mustache for Mustache Sensei. He just makes too much from trading. He can't spend it all on Wagyu and Red Bull, so he gives me a 99-cent donation. Rich people. Good morning, good morning. I see a lot of good mornings coming in. Good morning. King Cabina, you said, can I ask you, B, what caused the sell-off? I tried looking for news and heard 10 different reasons. Well, there might be 10 different reasons. So this morning there were a lot of downgrades, so a lot of big weighted stocks were pulled down a little bit. But the majority of this drop was caused by the jobless claims that came out. They were not the numbers that the Fed were looking for. So that's why we got a little bit of a negative reaction this morning. And to be fair, there probably was already some instilling fear from yesterday's candle again. That's why I start the stream out on the daily time frame, to give you guys the bigger time frame price action first. Because if you look, we actually had a pretty strong reaction and we couldn't get past 400. You guys were very aware of that. You know, we got up to it almost one time, but we hit it once, twice, 3 times, couldn't get past it. And then we finally rejected, you know, so there was a little bit of fear also stepping in. I'm not going to just say it was catalytic. But yeah, there were some downgrades across bigger weights this morning, as well as the jobless data coming out, and the Fed not liking that. The Fed not liking the numbers that came out this morning. That's not what they wanted to see. So that's a majority of why we came down this morning. I've also seen a lot of, I'm not going to say among you guys, among like Twitter, especially Twitter. I don't really see this on Instagram. But I've seen a ton of people complain about, you know, where did this drop come from? This came out of nowhere. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, nothing really came out. We didn't break 400, you know, so of course there's no other way to go than just drop, you know, what, like what? I didn't understand the confusion on that. So don't be so surprised when things drop and rise. You guys should definitely check out, and again, I'm not saying that was amongst you guys. I haven't seen really any of y'all say that. But it just blows my mind, you know, people would rather shove their head in the dirt and hide it from reality than actually look around and see what caused this drop, or was there anything that even caused it? You know, was there any news or anything? What led up to this point? You know, it's just crazy to think, because like, I don't know, what's the animal where they stick their head in the dirt. It's like that bird that can't fly or whatever. Like, that's what it reminds me of. That's like what most traders remind me of, is they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to even look around, so they shove their head into the ground. They hide from everything. Yeah, Leland, that's my point. People just keep expecting price to keep going up and up. It's like, I don't understand people sometimes. An ostrich, there you go. So y'all knew what I meant. But that's what most traders remind me of, is an ostrich. Don't be an ostrich. Yeah, exactly. That was my thinking too, Justin DeMoney. It's like, what? Where is all this coming from? And again, I haven't really seen anybody in here say that. It's just, I feel like a general consensus across different social medias, that's all I've been seeing. It's like, what the heck? Do y'all just not expect sellers to ever show up? Which again, I'm not saying you should always expect the price to fall a bunch, but it's just, I don't know. It's pretty funny. I'm just glad you guys aren't that crazy. Well, at least for that reason. You guys might be crazy, but not for the reason I am stating. If you don't know, the Bueller bot used to be called Mustache Bot. 100%. Leland, me, and Jason still run that bot. Good morning, Neri. How you doing? Good morning, Jason. Jason Taylor, like the football player? J-Tay? Netflix earnings aftermarket today. Good to know, Boo Boo. Thank you for posting that. Colton, I am lost. You asked. Quick question, Bueller. I am not in this, but would like to understand this. Do doc. A little lost on your message there. Let's make it a great day. 100% Nick. I love the energy you're bringing in here. Good morning. Let's make it a great day. Kramer said the market had bullish signs to people. The ultimate inverse indicator. Oh, great. Kramer always stepping in. Gotta love his reversal signals. There are many good supporting factors. We should take a swing trade on SPY. Puts yesterday. Broke down 200 estimated. Kumar, don't ever beat yourself up. It's good that you at least reviewed. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, everybody hit that like button. We got 250 people in here, less than 100 likes. Let's even that up a little bit, everybody. What time frame gives you the most confidence to get in a trade? It depends what I'm looking at. If I'm swing trading, it's the daily. If I'm on smaller time frames for a day trade, it's the 5-minute or maybe even the 3-minute. I love the 3-minute for scalping. I love the 5-minute for slower confirmations, and I love the daily for swing trading. Those are essentially my favorite three. I would say the 3-minute is probably my favorite, though, because scalps are so quick. I love the 3-minute. I love how quick that is. Swing trades, of course, it's the daily. I love the daily. But yeah, 5-minute's really good for slower confirmation. You know, like you should never go to like the 15-minute and expect to catch a scalp. Like, that's just not going to happen. On the 5-minute, you can definitely catch a scalp, but it's going to be a little bit harder. Maybe a little bit easier than the 15 or the 10-minute, but a little bit harder than the 3-minute. So that's why the 3-minute is so nice for quick scalps. So if you ever see an open range breakout or you see a retest, you can chart BB levels on Bitcoin. I have done that in streams. I have done it a lot lately, or not a lot lately. I have done it a lot this past year. So yes, you can do it. Have I been doing it lately? No, because I don't really look at Bitcoin a whole lot. Bitcoin pre-market slaps. Microsoft's going down more, or you see Microsoft going down more. I see what you're saying. Hello, rich people. What's up, Burak? So you were my first viewer then. I saw, well, before I started streaming, there's like a small window where I click start stream or live stream, but it's not live yet. But there is a small window for people to join. I saw there was like 3 people. I'm assuming you were one of them. That's pretty funny. But yeah, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Do appreciate it. It really does support these streams a lot. So definitely do that if you have a chance to drop a like on the stream. Was waiting because I missed it yesterday. Totally fine, man. Totally fine. I'm selling my Nvidia. Put it open. I don't know. I don't like how it's building a base pre-market. You know, you just reminded me I'm in swing trades. Let's go look. Probably get out of that one pretty quick. I'll probably hold that one. I need to update lifetime chat real quick. Alright, cool. Yeah, I've been in it for like 2 extra days, Nox. I got in a little early. Actually, it's my second entry. We took a... Here, I'll just show you. I took an initial position here at the end of this day. We had that gap down, so I took profits, waited for a better confirmation to get in again. Got it at the end of the day. I liked that I had lowering volume again, got in. Had another day yesterday where it didn't really get me out of the trade because it didn't really show anything significant. You know, nothing really popped up to get me out of that trade on the daily. So I stayed in. Well, I think we were down like almost 30% at one point. I want to say it was like 25, not 30, but maybe 30. And then it pulled all the way back down, so I ended up deciding to hold again, and now we're down a little bit more. So I'll be looking to probably take profits on that one. mRNA I'm definitely taking profits on because even though it's not down a crazy amount, it's the same week. So I'm not going to sit here and just pretend to hold the same week all day. That'd be stupid. Happy birthday, Keanu. And yeah, I'll make sure to post the link if the Power Hour stream happens today. It should happen today, though. I'm just saying if it doesn't. But the link will be posted everywhere. It'll be our second Power Hour stream. We had one on Tuesday. Oh, good stuff, Noxta. Good snipes. That's what I like to hear. AMD's looking weak. Yeah, AMD is definitely weak this morning. It didn't even really have a base. Remember when I was covering NVIDIA? And there was at least a low here, and then they kind of held that low. You know, at least there was a little bit of basing there. AMD doesn't even have that. Yeah, so you are right. AMD is definitely exceptionally weak this morning. All right, we got about 6.5 minutes till the market opens. All right, I'm gonna go back to SPY. I like this chart a lot, the daily time frame chart that we use, because it really does kind of paint the picture of what we're looking at today so well. Of course, I like this time frame. We've made a low at 387.80, made a little bit of a higher low above 388.50. This is the kind of major area I said that is under 390.50 from the bigger time frame. So we already have a slight base build at open, giving buyers that chance that they need at open. So I wouldn't be surprised today if we got a bounce right from open and hit 390.50. Bigger area, I don't know why this level is marked wrong. Previous day close, there we go. It was a little off. 391.50, so $1 up from this level would be essentially where you look. Another dollar and a half almost. So there's a couple things to look at above. Below we have 387.80 after starting with this lower open. Watch for Tesla. Of course we will. It's the first one on the list. Of course we will. That was probably my favorite one because of the amount of basing and consolidation they had. There's actually good anticipation for either side. Whereas you have pre-markets like this where it's like, well, that's just kept falling. It's not much to go off of yet. So I like that one a lot. Nvidia I like a lot. Apple I'm starting to like a lot more now that it's actually curling up a little bit more. Amazon's not looking too bad. Netflix isn't bad either. They got a good sideways range. Meta is not bad. Under 131 over 132. Better to look over 133. Microsoft isn't the worst. They are a little weak though. AMD was really weak, kind of like that. And then of course Boeing and Square, which aren't as important. Looks like tech has the 128s to try and defend. I think I have this from the daily time frame. Yeah, I just drew old supply, old demand. They look to be trying to hold on top of this old supply. Healthcare already broke old resistance, old supply. They held it as demand for short term. Now they're breaking it. So their big thing is to see can they maintain under this blue area essentially. Discretionary, kind of like tech bouncing off of. Comms are like healthcare. They look like they're going to try and push towards that area. Financials. So we have a couple key areas to look at for all of these sectors here. All of them are down for the most part. I didn't even check oil. I haven't really been checking oil futures the past few days, but they have been curling up very strong. So energy having a possibility of a pop right at open. All right, let's get Devin in here.
Yo, yo.
What's up, boss?
Another day in the market. Just as annoying. All right. 30 till we open it up. Meta and Tesla slightly moving up here in the pre-market. Good morning, everybody.
Naughty Nvidia. DAG 223. The white lines are from the price level tool. You can also access it down here. It's the little dollar sign above the flat line. You double click to put it on your chart. You can right click it, edit it, remove it, change the color of it. It's the price level tool. All right, market's opening in 10 seconds, everybody.
Hurry up and wait. My buyers on the open, as Josh was explaining, the pre-market stream. Netflix already tested and breaking that yesterday low.
Yo, good stuff, Nox. I just got out of my AL as well for 34%. Tesla getting some good buyers. They're still under a good level. Apple's above their short-term bullish level, working themselves to the previous day close. Amazon's working themselves to the previous day close. Netflix working up to the higher part of their pre-market. They're not quite there. Meta blasting off through the previous day close. Same for Square.
But I got a nice slight push up. Google getting going nice with Meta that was just mentioned. Yeah, this first 10 minutes going to shake out.
Meta is killing it right now. It's the only green ticker on my watch list right now. I have a few flats, but most of them are still red.
Getting nice support from Google and Netflix for the most part. Netflix a little behind Google. By wicking a little bit off at 390, didn't push up to that 390.50 quite. Amazon at that yesterday low.
Financials selling lower. Industrial still weak. For the majority, though, everything else is trying to hold higher.
Netflix candle on the 10 minutes so far is looking pretty crazy on the indecision side. Keep an eye on that one. It's like coming up towards that pre-market high. Pre-market highs lining up with yesterday close as well. See if we can pop this or if it's going to reject. SPY is wicking down still. 3 minutes on our 10-minute candle. Nothing too crazy going on yet.
Alright, all my stuff there is complete. You'll have my entire focus now. SPY getting a possible second candle here that we're going to be seeing as a reset candle, which is actually very strong for buyers as long as they hold 50% of the previous candle. A really easy way of doing that is going from the open to the close of the fib and marking it. 389.50 is going to be a very key level for this 5-minute candle here. So as long as they hold that, should see some more continuation up. If not, then we're going to get a test and possible break of today's open.
So still flirting with that pre-market high yesterday close.
Tesla pushing a good breakout level to the upside. Nvidia already broke theirs. That was at 171.25. They're breaking it now. Netflix holding a good base still, not really doing anything crazy. Very, 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 very indecisive candle in the first 5-minute candle for Netflix. I know that because it has long legs and small body.
B and JPM both trying to hold pre-market low.
SPY perfectly up to the previous day close. It's literally right where I said they would go this morning.
Let's see what's next. Almost popping higher. Just popped a new high. So we're gonna take out this. Go ahead.
First 10 minutes is up. All we have seen is buyers from the open. Who would have thought?
Let's see if these buyers are gonna hold up, keep pushing higher, or come back down and retest. So far, Tesla looks like it wants to try to keep pushing. Microsoft and Apple are slightly rejecting. Amazon's not pushing as much as Tesla. Google and Meta had a really nice push.
Getting a slowdown against 390.50. Again, key level that we talked about last night. Go to the bigger time frame. We made it back through that gap fill, filled it, made it to the next level below at 388.50s, got a little bit of a base build, got a buyer movement at open, and now we're watching 390.50, the key level. So if we can see a break over 390.50, there's a good chance we at least go test the 391.50, which is only $1 away at the previous day close. A rejection of this might bring a retest of today's open. If broken, we might have to retest at 388.50 and possibly the pre-market low. So that's what we're looking outside of for the next move. 390.50, 391.50, the break of open, and the pre-market low. Got a couple different short-term move levels you can look at. For both sides, too. You guys will never see me cover just one side.
Looks like Netflix is going to go retest that pre-market yesterday low.
Wrenches next to some names? What wrenches?
The monitors have wrenches.
Where?
I'll Snapchat you.
I'm like looking all over the screen for a wrench.
You might not have it since you're the I Snapchat you so you can see it.
Is he talking about the YouTube chat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, moderators. What? Why'd you say PC? Your PC screen. You got me confused, dude. I'm like over here looking at my charts. Yeah, it's just moderators, Dustin. It's nothing crazy. It's just what YouTube gives people for being a mod of the channel. I think I have like 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 mods now. Between D-Touch, Devin, Jay, Leland, and a few others. I know Mike has it as well. And normally all my mods are my close friends who know exactly what I want. They're not going to let some weird shit by. They're not going to let a scammer buy, a spammer, nothing like that. And we have almost 300 viewers in here, 141 likes. Can we try to even that up a little bit?
Netflix re-breaking yesterday low. See if it takes out that previous wick. If it's going to hold support. SPY test an opening price.
Good call out. I was literally going to say it, but you beat me to it. Good call out.
Microsoft looks to be pushing us down with Apple. Amazon, Tesla's same. Google's pulling back a little bit more than Meta. See what happens. Netflix is near that new low. See if we're going to top it.
IWM, new low of day. Good call out D-Touch, calling out the small caps.
So it takes out that yesterday low / opening price. That'll be pretty bearish, like going towards the pre-market low at 125.26. Amazon's already took out that opening price. Netflix new intraday low. See if we're going to pick it up with volume. Microsoft cracked pre-market low. Apple's not as bad, but on the way. Tesla so far is really bad on that opening price.
Good rising volume rejection on that SPY 5-minute candle too when they broke today's open.
New low on Netflix, starting to pick up a little volume. See if it transfers over to the bigger time frame. Netflix clacking 320. Netflix already moved $1, hit 319, still pushing with good volume, starting to come up. Microsoft moving new intraday low. Apple's holding up better than Microsoft by quite a bit.
AMD, new low of day. Nvidia pulling down hard as well. Semiconductors selling off now. Tesla, watch for break of today's open. Apple, watch for break of today's open. Amazon already wiped out that initial pump they had. See if that 93's defend or not. Devin's calling out Netflix. I'll just skip that one. Meta, watch 133. A break under 133 could definitely bring another pullback. That's the yesterday's close. Microsoft, new low of day. They're looking like AMD, which we already knew AMD and Microsoft were relatively weak before the open. So it's not really a surprise to see both of those making a new low of day when a majority of the charts are just now breaking their today's open and reaching lower levels, but still being in their pre-market. Those two did not have that. Square, new low of day. Boeing looks like it wants to pull back more as well. So yeah, we're just getting bearish signs right now from a majority of the charts we're looking at right now. Good initial pump. Got a good reversal at the 390.50. Majority of the charts were kind of up against their next levels as well. Like I said, the previous day closes where a lot of us were looking at.
Netflix losing 319. $0.50 under 319 now on Netflix. That thing's really flying down. So we're gonna hit 318. Starting to get increasing volume or bigger time frames on Netflix.
What's up? Is Taylor trading today?
I'm not sure. She's behind me. Tesla's coming down to that opening price. Watching that one with Mel. If we can break 127. The health support there. There could be another good entry as well. We'll see. Financials haven't really moved too much. Neither is XOM. You got a pretty fresh 10-minute candle. Meta is back at its yesterday low. Google's at pre-market high.
Energy green, good call out, Isaiah. Healthcare also turned green just now. Well, they've been green, but they really got green, though, a few moments ago.
Netflix new low, cracking 318. Pretty good volume on that last 10-minute candle. See how this 10-minute candle does on volume.
The sell-off before their earnings today.
Yeah, those contracts are crazy expensive, like $1,400 for near the money.
Jesus.
Bank's still holding decent.
Deutsche Bank just lowered its price target on Tesla to 220 from 250 while maintaining its buy rating. Another downgrade on Tesla today. I think that's 3 today. Piper, Sandler, Deutsche, and I don't remember the third. Good, Rambo. That's what I like to hear. Because my team was swing trading mRNA puts. As well as American Airline puts. As well as coin puts. And then Duke also called out SPY puts, which those are up pretty good. I think he sold those. They were bought at like 150, sold at 247. So not $100 gain, but very close per contract.
Microsoft's making new lows while Apple's trying to catch some buyers. Amazon catching some buyers with Tesla, but Tesla wicking first. Google's cracking that pre-market high while Meta's still trying to hold yesterday low. XOM still hasn't moved.
Small caps are weak. Good call out D-Touch. He's been looking at IWM all morning. Decent bounce spot on Apple. The rest of these, though, look like crap. Apple's one of the few holding a really good level still. Is Apple going to be the savior, or is there going to be the final nail in the coffin?
Keep 5-minute candle. Netflix still making new intraday lows, coming down to 317.
Good stuff, Mel. 50% on Amazon. Love to see it.
Before Tesla's held on lower and volume coming back up to pre-market high. That's the back of that pre-market high. See if we're going to take out those previous wicks at 129.70 area.
100% Cameron, they do look similar. You can see that Amazon. You can see that Tesla came down and held their open, got a good bounce. Now they're actually relatively holding a good high or low. This is what I was literally just pointing out on Apple. So you are correct. They do look a little similar, which we haven't seen much of lately. So it's nice to see that. Which isn't really supposed to happen. It's not like Apple and Tesla are supposed to look the exact same, but right now they definitely are the exact same. From open to now. Apple and Tesla are the only two that are actually holding a good area. You can see Amazon broke there today's open. They need to retake that. Netflix super weak. Devin's been calling that out. Meta, there you go, is another one that's still holding over today's open. That's a very good sign. They're battling previous day close, it looks like. I don't have an Amazon ebook. I don't even know where you heard that from. Square rejecting today's open. Yeah, I've never even said Amazon ebook one time. I don't know where that came from. Sounds like a new product for you.
Tesla coming up to that previous intraday high. Netflix finally gets some dip buyers.
Oh, you're fine, Mountain J. I was just very confused. The only person I even personally know with ebooks on Amazon is Joseph Burns. But I don't think I've said that to stream. Apple getting a new high of day. Tesla getting a new high of day. Apple and Tesla leading the charge, with Meta holding up as well.
Microsoft coming up pretty good back to that pre-market low. So far, Tesla just wicking off about the same area. You see if it's going to hold this pre-market high. Got that new 10-minute candle and a 30-minute candle on the market.
Currently rejecting today's open on SPY still.
First 30-minute candle, pretty indecisive on SPY.
Just posted this in chat, but I said key level above is 389.35 towards 390.50. Below is 388.50 / 387.80s. Very clear what's in front of us. Morning, Darren.
So they're still trying to hold with Berkby and JPM. XWIM still holding a really tight range. Needs to break either pre-market low or pre-market high. Netflix booking off 317 the second time. See if it's going to build some support here. Tesla still trying to hold that pre-market high.
Keep eyes on Apple 135.20. Keep eyes on Tesla to continue holding a new high of day. And watch for Meta to make a new high of day. These are three things that can happen to carry the market a little bit higher. If those do not happen, we will see a pullback. Apple getting a good rejection. Meta getting a good push. No new high of day quite yet. And Tesla also rejecting. So 2 out of the 3 things I just said are not happening right now. SPY pushing today's open again. Tesla picking it back up after a long-legged indecisive candle. Apple a little lower than most people will probably be comfortable with, but Meta really chugging along, carrying the weight that Apple's not helping with. So good to see that working out. Nvidia holding strong. AMD still relatively weak, so is Microsoft. Tesla, Meta doing most of the work right now. Definitely keep an eye on Apple 135.20. If that ends up pushing through, we're going to see another push to the upside on SPY and Apple.
So trying to make new high day.
Not really, Dustin, but they are holding a pretty relative spot again and again. So it's a small base, but nothing crazy. They do have just relative weakness, though. Nvidia trying to get a good bounce while AMD's holding them down. Just keeping my eyes on Apple 135.20, making sure to see continued strength in Meta, making sure to see continued strength in Tesla. Those two are working out. The third scenario I talked about is not working yet because Apple's not pushing. It's crazy to think two stocks are keeping us like this. It's essentially two stocks doing this. And for once, it doesn't involve Apple or Microsoft. Question is, can they do this by themselves? So far, it looks like they can. If we can get some extra movement, Apple just super weak again. Not helping out at all.
Yeah, with Microsoft.
That's going to hurt that push on SPY. Totally fine, Dustin. Always happy to give a second look at it. There's Apple. Tesla, Meta doing exactly what they need to do. Apple needs to step up to the plate. Amazon could also step up to the plate if they get a good break over today's open and maybe even 95. Netflix back up to the level it broke under at 320. Watch for a bearish retest if you do not see any close-overs. Tech sector still defending. Healthcare moving up to that resistance we talked about. Discretionary still defending. Comms still trying to work up to that area. Financials, even with that ugly beginning 10 minutes, they started off very weak. They're picking it back up. They're over today's open, defending that area below that I talked about. Real estate's just been up all morning. Everything else just kind of holding base, nothing else. So we see a lot of basing on most sectors. I see a couple moving up. Meta on fire, man.
Yep, making that new high over 135. So you can get pushing with volume. The last 10 minute had nice increasing volume. Still seeing some weakness on Microsoft and Apple, Amazon. Meta and Tesla still trying to hold up. Meta holding up better than Tesla. XOM and JPM Berkby still haven't really moved too much on the SPY.
I'm typing that Apple's not helping out the Tesla and Meta pushes.
About to make a new intraday low, breaking right now, coming down towards pre-market low. The weakness on Microsoft and Apple coming onto the SPY. Tesla re-breaking pre-market highs, still got opening price in that yesterday close / yesterday low area. Nobody should be surprised by this candle right here. Literally nobody. If you're surprised by this huge red candle popping up, I have no clue why. You've not been paying attention. I can't help you there. I'm not surprised by that at all. Tesla and Meta really were by themselves up there. Everything else just got even more weak. But they haven't necessarily broken anything to the downside either. So it's not really fair to say also that, oh, this is it, we're just bearish. Like, no, there could definitely be some basing in here still and still see a good pop to the upside. Do not take that out of the equation. Buyers stepping in at 388.50 again. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. I see we have still just under 300 people, 177 likes. Let's even that up a little bit more. Again, thank you all for being here, tuning into the stream, adding in your own information, your own updates, asking questions, answering questions. This is a community that trades with leaders. We train leaders, raise leaders. We do not raise sheep. Do not trade with sheep. Everybody in here is a leader. Now what we need to see if bears want to take anything lower is good weights breaking supports. AMD would need to break low of day. Nvidia needs to break today's open, and honestly, really all of these levels here. Tesla would need to come back down and break today's open in 127. Apple would need to come down and break 134s, make their way down to the 133s, and then break that 132.90. That'd be your next confirmations for further continuation down. Amazon would have to break the 93s. Netflix already broke 320. They're retesting it now. They would need to maintain under 320.
Meta still very strong. Tesla had a pullback. Meta not so much. Microsoft still relatively weak. You'd want to see that under 231.90s for continuation to the downside. As long as they defend that, though, you have to assume they're building some sort of base. Most of these just look tired, honestly. Losing good levels, but tired. Still defending the 388.50s.
Netflix popping back over 320. We're going to retest that yesterday low. We'll get some buyers pushing right back up. Microsoft finally getting a little bit pushed back up.
100% Isaiah. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. 100%. SPY retaking. Meta still holding a lot of its strength, even pushing a little higher.
5-10 minutes got increasing volume with a little over a minute 30 left.
Apple defending 134 still. Possibly seeing a good buyer move happen if all of these resistances break that we've been looking at. A lot of them have been struggling, but we haven't really broken anything to the downside, so this still gives buyers a chance. Numerous high-profile investors lost money betting on crypto exchange FTX per court documents. That includes the New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones, Dan Loeb of Third Point, and Alibaba co-founder Joe Tsai, and more. Tags the owner of Patriots, doesn't tag Tom Brady, doesn't tag Matt Damon. Matt, if you have to ask, then that's your answer. It's kind of the same question whenever you see people say, should I take profit? It's like, man, if you have to ask, probably don't know what's next. You probably should just take profit. Under pressure to turn a profit, major streaming services like Netflix are going to keep raising prices, per Bloomberg. %, Isaiah, and we have good amount of base built in a lot of these charts, so pretty good chance for a move in either direction from here. It's good to stay away from this because there's no clear direction. Hybrid trading, good advice to everybody. You might not realize it, but your emotions have changed since making those trades. Your confidence has increased. You are more at risk of taking impulse/emotion-based trades. Preach, Leland, preach. SPY looking like flapjack. These are the days, too, where a lot of your best lessons come from. A lot of people always ignore, you know, like, oh, today wasn't a good day, tomorrow will be better, and then tomorrow's a consolidated day, and they complain again. It's like, dude, you're just complaining. Like, stop complaining. Clearly, you don't review the market enough. Because if you've seen this, you'd realize, okay, I need to be sitting on my hands. And I'm seeing a lot of you guys say that, but there are some people still out there that are probably thinking these few things. Like, oh, damn, today sucks. Today's boring. It's like, dude, chill out. We just had a few really good days. I am seeing some overall weakness step in still. Tesla's still pulling back after that initial push. The only one that's maintained some of their push is Meta. Even Apple I mean, they didn't even try. They didn't even break that new high. Tesla broke that new high, slowed down, back in range again. Meta is the only one that broke out and is still holding a good area. Everything else is relatively weak.
Google's slowly pushing up, but it still doesn't have a new intraday high, and that's helping Meta out. Netflix is bouncing around that yesterday pre-market low. See if it's going to reject or can get back above that. We're looking at the opening price here on Tesla. See if we're going to come down through that yesterday low. Amazon coming down a little bit, slowly grinding down towards that pre-market low.
Just for a quick plug-in too, guys. If you are new to this channel, or you're just now getting here, or you're you know, still relatively new to our streams every day, I would 3,000,000,000% check out the second most popular video on my channel, the workshop number 11. You can't see it now, but normally on the homepage it's right here as my featured video. It's right here though. Workshop number 11. Check this out. This is how you get the levels, navigate the levels. It shows you the types of entries, how to grow your account regardless of the size using the staircase method, and so much more. It teaches you literally everything in this video. Stop losses, targets, everything. So definitely check this out. This is definitely the video to watch. We also uploaded 2 more videos the past 5 days. You can check those out. They're from the stream, so if you've already been here, you don't really need to watch them. But still nice to kind of go back and review that information. And of course, there's tons of other videos, playlists, and channels that I have on here that also have really good content that relate to what I go over. So definitely be sure to check out a lot of the content. Also, thank you guys for the Twitter post of the day. I'm going to go show y'all this. This was really cool. I'd like to think it's right here since I literally just tweeted it. Okay, it's not. We'll just go to it. Right here. I said 1 to 10, 1 being dog water, 10 being amazing. What would you rate my daily streams on YouTube? And I'm not joking. You guys really came through for me. I appreciate that a lot. Just showing the amount of respect and support you guys give. I really do love y'all. But nothing but 10s. I saw a couple 12s. Somebody said I'm above the 9 EMA. I appreciate that. 9, 10 if you were allowed to play better music. Facts. That's a fact. Trust me, I wish I could too. But yeah, all 10s, you know, it's really cool. Thank you guys for supporting me. I just wanted to show that off because it really does mean a lot to me that you guys came down into the Twitter section and dropped me some support. So again, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. What's the most popular video? I think it's my scalping video. At least it should be. The most popular video is my, yeah, scalping on the 1 minute time frame without indicator. It's actually one of my older videos too. If you look, this video is from November 10th, 2020. So yeah, well over 2 years old. I made that video a very long time ago. That's 5 days after my birthday. But this is probably my favorite video though by far. This is definitely my probably second favorite video because I love trading swing trades with patterns and stuff, and this covers everything about that from 230 to 1K. And there's a bunch of other good videos. A lot of people really like this video a lot too. I always get a lot of comments and messages about this video saying that it helped them review price action, how it should be seen. So this is another good kind of gen. This is over 2 years old as well. I have a lot of really old videos. But this essentially shows you how you should read price action as it's moving. You know, who has control of what, left to right, up and down. Like this gives you literally everything. Volume, divergence, trend lines, all that good stuff. Got a lot of older videos on here. I'll definitely be making more. As I told y'all before, I'll be trying to post more. But again, thank you guys, though, for the support. It really does mean a lot. And I'm honestly just impressed we're so close to 5K now. We were literally just at like... I was just a little under or a little over 3K. And now we're almost at 5K. You guys completely just blew up my channel. And I'm beyond blessed. I really do appreciate y'all.
Tesla coming down to that area of interest. See if we can get through some increasing volume. Short-term time frames getting a little bit of volume. See if we transfer over. SPY's coming down towards intraday low. Apple pulling us down. Weak all day. Google and Meta still holding up. Too bad you can't keep it at 4.69 though. It's a pretty good number.
Oh, you're talking about I was like, what is he talking about? I literally just saw it change too. I refreshed it and it went up.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Somebody in here went to go sub. I was impressed with having 2K subs, so having over double that is just mind-blowing. I've never really been one to care about having a billion subscribers or anything. Like, I just like having the word of mouth aspect. Everybody who supports me all knows me from somebody. You know, they don't just randomly find me. I love the word of mouth. Word of mouth is the best way to market yourself. It's the slowest. It's not as efficient, but it's the strongest and most quality references is when people, hey, look, this is the guy I watch, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what I want. I don't have paid ads. I don't have a huge amount of, I don't have any advertisement. I don't have any promotion. You know, it's literally all word of mouth. %, Dustin. Glad to have you, Ollie. Bum, 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 bum.
So far trying to hold that area.
I saw your billboard in Las Vegas and joined, though.
You mean, where's Josh in Las Vegas? We tried to find him. We had to put up his missing flyer in Las Vegas. Where's Josh
A
flyer?
billboard in Vegas, of all places in the United States. Vegas. That'd be bad.
It really would.
Next 50, 100 members are all going to be people who have, like, gambling addictions.
They might have some good portfolios to start with. They might get lucky. Tesla holding this area, battling against it right now. SPY still towards that previous low, holding above it.
You'll get the 0 DTE crowd for sure. So true. Like posting an ad in Wall Street Bet 100, dude. Literally, like that would be like the real life example of doing that. That's too funny. That's probably why Leland said it. exactly. That's the plan. Yep, there you go. Never know. Some professional gamblers might take off with it. Yeah, I'd say there'd be a retainage percentage of gambling addicts who could stay longer. I'd say it's probably like 15%, 20.
And to be a,
I'd go as high as 20.
I was about to say, to be a really good gambler, you have to have really good discipline. So if they've been a long-term gambler, I mean, they might do all right. Because there is edges to those games. It just requires discipline over a long period of time. Oh, blowing Tesla. Tesla testing that yesterday low, not really popping through with volume yet. SPY's right at previous intraday low. See if we're going to break that towards the pre-market low right below. Eric B making a new intraday low, not much volume on it. Microsoft coming down some more.
Meta and Google, the only ones really holding up very well. Both XLC tickers, communication services.
And Netflix just broke that yesterday low and got a nice pop, as you said, that coming up towards opening price, helping them out.
Which Devin's saying that because it's another XLC ticker. They're in the same sector. Just for anybody who doesn't know that. Which I feel like I've repeated that one a few times these past 2 weeks. Yeah, my bad, Leland. I got you, fam. 30 minutes, the first candle, very indecisive. Second, a little bit indecisive, not as much as the first, but still very indecisive. And now we have a seller candle, but it's not really fair to say because this is only 6 minutes old. We still have 24 minutes in this 30-minute candle.
SPY making that new one intraday low. Now see if we're going to get the pre-market low.
Continued rejection of today's open, leading to lower highs. Now we have a new low of day. Can this new low of day push us under the pre-market low? Exactly like Leland said, looking for a flush to the pre-market low. Can they break under it?
Microsoft pushing us lower. Google and Meta are pushing higher right now. Well, Meta's got a little bit more few cents, but Google's pushing higher. Meta's right there.
Sherman, you can skip the ads. You don't have to sit there and watch them. They should be skippable. I didn't allow them to put on non-skippable ads. So I didn't want to hold anybody hostage regardless of having YouTube Premium. And if you have YouTube Premium, you shouldn't worry about it at all. Or an ad blocker. So I would hate to put y'all in a hostage situation where you're forced to watch an ad. I would hate to watch an ad. Mel posted his Amazon form. Let's check it out. Tesla trade for 35%. Oh, he was shorting. Okay, so he bought at the reversal point. I'm assuming he got in here, then bought more, or he just got in here and sold here. Still a very nice risk reward on that trade, especially on that false breakout. Oh, okay. I was like, this had to have been a swing. He said overnight hold for. I was staring right at it. So he got in the previous day as it kind of came back down and rebroke their initial break there. Also, under that support, you can kind of see they kind of pushed up here, held on top here. There's a lot to look at here, but it's kind of easy to see if you just stare at the candles. And it broke here. So he got in on the breakdown, held all through the rest of yesterday. Very impressive hold. Got another good dip this morning. And on this kind of descending dip, he got out at about 93, a little under 94. Very, very good trade, Mel. Good job, man. You said you got 50% on that. Fire on both of those. My boy D-Touch got some gains on IWM, one of his favorite. Wow, look at that percentage. Insane. Oh, that's him trimming. Okay, I see. Damn, what a legend, man. D-Touch on fire.
Price.
Man, everybody got some swing gains today. What's going on with y'all?
The power hour madness. Pushing back up here. Tesla's still catching on that yesterday low.
Oh, okay. I got you, Mel. Good stuff, dude. Okay, that's what it looked like. You added the second one. That's what it looked like to me. Okay, awesome. I did look at it the right way. Well, good stuff, Mel. Always happy to see your gains, man. Appreciate you sharing that. iPhone gang, Dustin. iPhone gang, I see you. Oh, my bad, Sherman. I thought you meant like you were sitting there forced to watch it. I was like, no way. No, that makes sense.
Microsoft and Apple still showing quite a bit of weakness.
Still defending the 388.50. He's got a slight relief bounce. Not really any crazy volume stepping in. Really hasn't really been any crazy volume all morning. $256 gigs, Jesus. 142 months for both phones. Limited payment towards owning phones. I don't remember how much mine is. I have an iPhone on Verizon as well. I think we do like 120 for 2 phones, 2 iPads, which I think both iPads are paid for now. But me and my business partner, I think we're both on it, and I think it's still less than 140, which I'm not complaining about. I'm totally fine with paying that.
Switch phone carriers so much because every time they're willing to offer you a promotion to switch.
Oh, you're on. He's on a third party, and then they use Verizon towers. That's kind of what a lot of those pay phones use too. I forgot the name of it. That major company though, a lot of their data is straight from Verizon towers. Yeah, Cricket, and there's another one that like it's in all the Walmart stores. But that's not a bad deal. I mean, if you get the same connection, I mean, why not? I don't understand how people pay $200+ a month for their phone.
Tesla coming back down. Let's see if we're gonna break it down now. SPY coming to that previous intro low.
Metro PC, there you go.
Oh yeah, Metro PCS.
Metro
My
PCS.
homie owns a couple of those.
Those no location phones. I can't believe I remember that.
T-Mobile is AT&T essentially. Got him.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was wanting anybody to buy out T-Mobile. I hated T-Mobile as a kid. My phone sucked. I didn't even use my flip phone when I was a kid because just the signal was so bad. Yeah, burner phones. You know what I'm talking about. That's those Metro PCS phones. Breaking lower right now. Can we make a new low of day?
Come on, Tesla breakout with this volume. Short term, got some good volume. See if we get on the bigger time frame now. Microsoft still pushing lower. Google touched yesterday high and's wicking off. Definitely one of the stronger ones. Caught up to Meta and pushed past it. Meta's still struggling up there. Still holding up, but still is not pushing like Google is.
I said SPY at low day. Watch PML for more bears. 389.40 is today's open level to watch above. 390.50 beyond that. We'll see what happens. Getting a new low of day now. Landline. BlackBerry and Nokia. Yes, I do. Remember the Razor phones? Remember people cared about those? Razor phones were like the shit back then.
Thought you were super cool. You had one of those.
I didn't have one. I had not a chocolate. I had the Sidekick with the keyboard on the side. That was my first phone. A T-Mobile Sidekick. I didn't have an iPhone growing up.
It's like I was a sophomore or junior.
Like people, like everybody knows what the Sidekick is. Those are the coolest phones ever.
I had this like blue flip phone that you could order off eBay because my mom would just reorder it every time I broke it because I'd always break my phone. But it was a pretty decent phone.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't really break that many phones until I started paying for my own. When I started paying for my own, I instantly got into the iPhone gang, and I broke probably 4 different iPhones on job sites.
That's some like dumb stuff happened. Like one time I had to run across the road to help the neighbor for my mom, and it like flew out my pocket and got hit by the snowplow.
Oh, that's like some shit out of a movie.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I didn't know, like, I didn't see it get hit by the snowplow, but that I ended up figuring out that's what happened and found it. But yeah, it was. All right, see if Tesla takes out 123.40 here now, taking us down towards that pre-market low.
What's up, Martin? First watch of the live stream. Great content and price action commenting. Thank you. No problem, man. Glad to have you in here. Thanks for tuning in. Kids bus ran over my Pro 12 Max. It still worked. Damn.
Contracts, did you grab $10?
Good stuff, Sandollar. 50% gains on Tesla shorts.
Buy coming down to that pre-market low and wicked off. Taking roughly about 20% on Tesla from that break of that yesterday low.
You like Weeble more than TD? Sandollar said TD, Weeble, then Schwab.
$10 says I like to buy those weird stocks on the Schwab. SPY creeping towards that pre-market low, Tesla moving lower.
Meta still outperforming the market right now. Even with Microsoft moving lower, Square moving lower, Boeing not doing much, AMD lower. Collects garbage. Tesla's still pulling back. Apple trying to break 134.20s. A break under this and hold under this could actually bring a good drop through today's open all the way down to the lower part of 133. So keep an eye on that because that will bring some more bearish pressure on the overall market.
Test some pre-market low here. Just need this volume to push through.
SPY tested new low of day. Let's see if it actually pushes through now. What's up, Brambo? I knew you were still in Poots. Good job, Cowboy, taking some of his profits on SPY Poots. Apple, Microsoft both breaking below BB Weekly emerging level. Good call out, Boo Boo.
Buyer cracking that pre-market low, making a new low. See if we can get it going with some volume here. Not too much volume coming in.
Good call out, Noxta. Good call out, Daffy. Good call out, Hybrid. Good call out, Zaytoven. I love these call outs, y'all mentioning tickers and good levels with reasoning on why they're being broken or what they're breaking. Kind of labeling it. Very, very smart. Meta is our lone green stock on my list. You also have Google doing pretty well. But yeah, today was definitely a slow fall type day.
A little bit more into that pre-market low now. Still plenty of time in this 10-minute candle for them to wake it back up.
No, Boo Boo and Boo Rack are two different people. At least I assume so. See, Boo Boo and Boo Rock typing at the exact same time. Two different people. Or he's just big braining us on a desktop and mobile phone. On two different accounts.
I don't think you do.
No, I don't have time to switch to another fucking YouTube. I got like 4 YouTubes I don't even use.
7 Discord accounts.
Nope, I actually have 1 Discord account. Most people always make like a backup. I don't even have that. Could be a Barry Bueller, not Leland type of thing. Oh, okay. Where me, Leland, and Barry are all the same person.
Mm-hmm. I've never actually seen Leland before.
I have. Leland's a tall son of a gun. It's crazy. Like, you talk to Jay Baker, Leland, you just think like they're an average height person. They're not. They're both like NBA player height.
I be hitting on the doors on that side of the doors. They be hitting their stuff on the top of the door.
If me and Devin were to walk next to Leland and Jay Baker, we would look so bad. Shut up, Leland. You're not short. You don't even get to claim that title. Jay Baker's like 6'10". Leland's like 6'7".
They're too tall.
Jack's 6'5". Damn, that's pretty tall. Not a bad height. Anybody got Jack beat? I think Jay Baker has that beat, though. Leland, you are not 5'8". Why are you lying to these people?
Taller than Leland.
I gotta link you this video, D-Touch. It's about how people who are 5'7" are actually 6'5", or actually 7 foot or something. It was like, well, if you're 5'7", you could essentially lie to people and tell people you're 5'8", and when you're 5'8", you can essentially just round it up and tell people you're 5'10", maybe even close to 6 foot. And if you're 6 foot, you might as well tell people you're 6'5". And if you're 6, let's say you're 6'6", 6.5 feet, you're pretty much 7 feet. Might as well round it up again. So people who are 5'7" are basically 7 foot, if you think about it. Oh, Chem 6'6". Do we have anybody higher than 6'6"? Chem Trades is now the tallest in here. Bro, Devin's weak. He's not jacked.
Holding this pre-market low here. Tesla's almost touched that pre-market low.
Burak said, I'm 5'8" with my ex's stilettos, and shares the Patrick meme of him in the high heels. Your daughter's 6'1.5", way taller than me. So nobody's taller than Chem. He stands as the tallest person in chat. Devin gives you... Bro, Devin is Seth Rogen. When he laughs, it's Seth Rogen. I've been saying this for years.
I've probably had that compliment 1,000 times now. And like the funniest one was this, we were doing some insurance painting work, and this the drunk dude was drunk. It was like 9 a.m. He's drunk on his front lawn drinking in the chair. He's retired. And he's like, bud, you look like Seth Rogen. I just lost it. Because it was like first thing in the morning. He was already drunk. And it was funny.
Man, that guy's having a good day. I don't even think Devin looks like Seth Rogen that much. Like, he does a little bit, but his laugh, like when he has a certain laugh, I'm not joking. It's literally like Seth Rogen is in the Discord party.
Or I lost all my hair. I used to have curly hair.
Oh, you were real Seth Rogen then.
Yeah.
Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Heard that. And yes, possibly whoever asked about that, yes, we could see some short-term buy relief from this little bit of a doji hammer at support. Pretty good volume on that hammer too from previous candle to this one. And you can see we actually have gotten a little bit of relief bounce. What you need to be looking for is, can they pass 388.50s? If not, that's all this is, a relief bounce, which would still be considered short-term bearish. He said the intrusive thoughts out loud. No, I can't make Devin laugh. You gotta get it. You gotta get like a genuine laugh out of Devin, and you'll hear it.
They're gonna push us off this, make us lower high, and just keep us in range all day. Save it for tomorrow.
Oh my god, Devin. I just read your DM between you and Keanu. When you shared your email, you put at email.com.
Yeah, oh, yeah. He got me, like right before bed. I was like that, pretty.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know what you were gonna say.
And yeah, and I was like, oh, yeah, you actually need which one it is, don't you, bud?
At email.com, like, yes, I understand this is an email. I understand that. That's too funny.
That's with the big 45% on SPX puts. Nice, man. Big one. So far rejecting, but still holding above that pre-market low. If it wasn't for Google and Meta today, I think we already took out the pre-market low.
Truman started with whiskey every day. What a legend. Yeah, having problems with that pre-market low on SPY. No close under. You are correct on that. Soul Midnight. Lost 700 spy calls market against me every day this year. Don't beat yourself up, Saishal Shrestha. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Stop taking real trades. You want to hear the truth that you're probably not going to want to hear, but you need to hear? Stop taking real trades. Back up, take more mental trades, practice a little bit more. And this is something you need to do regardless of a win or a loss streak. You need to be backing up, reviewing, taking mental trades, visualizing as much as possible, and then you can apply some real money into some trades and apply that risk. But it sounds like to me is that the market's not against you every day. It seems like you're not with the market. Don't ever assume that the market is against you. The market doesn't care about you, doesn't care about me. It's not paying attention to our accounts, not paying attention to us. It's not perfectly trading against us every single day. No, you're just not in tune. There's a difference. Maybe pull a Costanza and do...
And keeping that detailed trade log, when you feel like you're on a hard streak and you feel like your system's not working or something's not working right, go back and review trades. Try to see, all right, what's in common with all these trades that keep messing up for me, and try to pick out a rule to eliminate those trades. So you stop taking maybe some of the trades you're having a hard time with. Maybe there's a certain setup that you keep getting faked out on, or there's a certain something you're looking at that's just kind of not giving you the information you need.
Getting some nice buyers off support of that pre-market low so far. Walk away, my advice. I like that too. The market is waiting for my orders, then moves the other way. I'll bet my port on it. Let me know when you do, and I'll go the other way. Journal every day is key, 100%. Like Devin was just pointing out. Nice, Isaiah. Visualizing. Like to see that word. That's what more people need to experience. Like, you'll never go through my content and hear me say, jump into live trades instantly, do this, do that, copy my plays. No, you'll literally never hear me say that. I will always start people off with telling them you need to start off paper trading or mental trading. You shouldn't really be looking to jump into real trades, regardless of you being new or not. If you're having a rough time, you need to back up and quit taking real trades. That's just the short answer of it. You need to walk away, back up, come back to it.
Google's breaking that yesterday high. See if it's going to continue. Apple getting some nice buyers now. See if it's going to take out this previous intraday high over 135, yesterday low. Microsoft getting a little bit of buyers too, not as in the same position as Apple, but getting some buyers off the bottom. Apple's definitely coming up a little faster than Microsoft.
Yeah, Apple returning with some vengeance. Tesla curling. Amazon curling a little bit. Netflix trying to hold 320. Meta's finally getting tired. Everything's starting to bounce back again, and Meta's like, dude, I've been up here. That is nuts, Noxta. And remember, we do have a power hour stream today that'll start at the last hour of the market day. So at 2 o'clock my time, Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Would that be noon on the Cali coast? Man, y'all's power hour starts at noon. That's wild.
Living in California and being a day trader wouldn't be too bad if I could stay in California.
Your day's over by 1 o'clock. Like, that's wild to think about.
Like when you scalp the morning, like you can, like your day's over by what? Freaking 9, 10 o'clock.
To be fair, it is all relative, so it's not really fair to be like, oh, our day's over quicker. It's like, yeah, we're also getting up 2 hours later or whatever, It's like, it's all relative, but still, like, that's just crazy to think about.
You know what time I'd be going to bed, so it wouldn't matter for me.
Yeah, Devin's in bed before 9. 8 most of the time, and up at probably like 4 or 5 o'clock every day, sometimes even earlier. That man's like a Marine that's not in the Marines.
It was so far holding up above that yesterday high. Meta not getting too much more going. Microsoft's testing that previous intraday high. Not Microsoft, Apple, my bad. Microsoft is coming back up though. Got a lot longer to that previous intraday high. Amazon coming up a little bit more off that little rounding bottom it's got right there. A little curl up. Tesla bouncing a little bit, not too much. Yeah, so yeah, I'm already up most days at 5:30 for at least an hour or two. I've already done cleaned the house, made some breakfast maybe, on my way to the gym someday, 3, 4 other days out of the week.
Yeah, now that your gym's like 2 minutes away.
Well, I'm doing 2 days at the gym that's far away, then 3 days at the closer gym for like because it doesn't have everything I need. So save good amount of gas though.
Hmm.
It's 30 minutes to the gym is just not it. I
What is that?
can't
What
do
does
that.
that closer gym need that the bigger gym has?
They need just a lot of equipment. All right, so the gym that I drive 30 minutes to has probably got like close to $1 million worth of strength equipment. Then the
Jesus.
gym that's like 2 minutes away from me might have like 50K worth of stuff.
Jesus Christ, not even close.
Yeah, so it's just not near the amount of stuff set up. Like, yeah, it's big difference.
Logan Kane, I don't have any of that on. I was simply calling it a relief bounce because that's what it is. You just had sellers push all the way down to a support, failed to close under it, and you got a lowering volume push from that support. Again, that is what a relief bounce is. I'm not sure where the VWAP or 21 EMA are. I have no clue. I forget, did we cover a potential government shutdown on the market? I'm not sure. If the government shut down, it would be just as much fun as the last time that happened. What was that, like right after COVID happened? Or right before COVID? I remember it was right before or right after COVID hit. We had a government shutdown for like for like 4 or 5 months. I want to say that was right before COVID. But I might be wrong, and it might be a little bit after it started. But the government was shut down for a couple months. I remember the IRS wasn't even doing anything. So that was during one of the cases I was a part of. We beat them, by the way. But it was just weird. Because it was like, oh crap, like, are they going to be down a month, 2 months? And it ended up being like half the year they were shut down. I think that was before COVID, because that was during Trump. I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, because it was like leading into Christmas. And if I remember correctly, the market really didn't do a whole lot during that time period. There was a little bit of consolidation. I remember we pushed up a good amount, and then we kind of like slowed down and then kind of dropped back down, but we didn't go all the way back down to where we jumped from. I remember those few months being a little hectic. Yeah, December 2018. So yeah, literally right on the cusp of COVID. Either way, though, it doesn't matter when it was. That was a very hectic time for the markets. Oh, anybody who was in my power hour stream the other day, AAL just hit the take profit spot, or got very close to it. I was saying about 16 area. We just hit 1604 for low of day. Really, really good job for anybody who was paying attention to my analysis the other day. I'm glad that worked out, though. We took a trade from here to here. Then we took a trade from here to here. Something like halfway this candle. I didn't sell all the way down. So that was pretty good. We got the double dip on that, which I hate double dipping, but that actually worked out for that one. And then we traded mRNA. Overnight swing. That did pretty good. Over 30% on both of those. So I can't wait to see what we find in the power hour stream today. Just like we did last time, and like I do with myself every day, I'm going to just sit there and look at the SPY bigger time frame first, and then we'll go over other tickers that we want to go through, my routine and stuff. But I'm glad to see a lot of those plays working out, though. The other day we talked about FedEx as well. Talked about FedEx with the selling pressure they've been experiencing. They just keep going down. Berk B was another one. They just kept going down. No slowdown yet. Coin was another one we talked about for upward movement once they crossed 38. When they crossed 38 over the 3650 mark, that was bullish. They've been rallying since then in a very parabolic manner. Now they're finally slowing down. So we'll probably take a look at that again after another week or so. We talked about Tesla on that day, which worked out because we did have the higher open, but you can see since then they have just slowed down. Netflix, we talked about being a little top heavy. They haven't really came down a whole lot yet, though. You know, they've slowed down, but they haven't really pulled back heavily, so it's not like that's anything crazy. And they have earnings today, of course, so we're not going to trade that, but it's going to be definitely fun to see where do they open. Because if they get a higher push, that's definitely going to be a little overbought, because in my opinion, they already are a little overbought. If we get a pullback, hopefully it's not anything too crazy so it ruins the chart. Hopefully it's just a little bit. Same thing for the pump. Hopefully it's not a huge move that happens for Netflix so we can catch a good high probability play out of that. So I can't wait to check that out. GS Gill, no, we mainly take day trades. I just started doing power hour streams Tuesday. I'm trying to do at least 2 a week. I want to try to aim to do like every other day or just Tuesdays and Thursdays. But of course, there's going to be days where I don't want to because I don't like how the market looks, or there's going to be days where I really want to and I'll add an extra power hour stream day. So kind of going off how I feel and how I like the market, how it looks really. But we will be having another one today. We do not spoon feed plays though. If you catch a play, that's on your own. I will never sit here and say enter this, do that, do that. I don't have time or the patience to sit here and walk people through a trade every single second of every single day. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spoon feed. Also, that creates horrible toxicity in traders. People who spoon feed or love getting those plays, like, and I'm not saying you're asking in that manner. I'm just pointing it out because there are some people probably thinking that now. But it's just not the way to go. So I'm just not going to do that. Possible 3-bar play on American Airline 30-minute. Good looks, Jazz. Thank you for calling that out. Pretty clean too. You said a 30-minute too. That's pretty impressive. I don't even care about that, Dustin. I don't mind being blamed. I don't even care about that. I don't even want to go down that road. Exactly. Rather teach the fish. You get a gill. But I do give many trade ideas. To say that I don't ever give trade ideas is just a lie, because I definitely give plenty. Today, I don't think I've given a single one. I'm pretty honest about that. I don't really see the point in lying when you can literally go back and check the VOD. I like how I do things, though. It still makes people kind of push the button themselves. You know, I can lead them to the light. I can't really force them to the light, kind of thing. Can lead a horse to water but can't make them... Exactly. Literally, that's the best saying for what I'm trying to get across. Thank you, Dustin. Okay, cool, Gil. Well, you're in the perfect place then, man. Does the GS stand for Goldman Sachs? Good news, Burak. U.S. Senator Warren, which I think we are all so sick and tired of Elizabeth Warren, has said the Fed's rate hikes are at a risk of pushing the economy into recession. I think we are all aware of that one. Damn, that sandwich looks pretty good.
A sandwich.
In off-topic chat.
Sheesh, they got sandwiches for everybody?
No, just sinful.
Dang, sinful, stingy. Oops, didn't mean to do that.
Little relief bounce, lowering volume, nothing crazy. And now on this drop, we have lowering volume. So nothing really significant yet, but we are back down to really close to the low of the day. Testing pre-market low yet again. Can we break this? Can rising volume pick up? Can we get a close under? Or are we going to get another relief bounce and stay inside this range from a bounce? I feel like that's going to happen, but we might see. See if we get a new low, if we get a relief bounce.
A new 30-minute candle on the market.
Pretty good selling pressure candlestick-wise in the 30-minute. They're still battling this area. Got a decent rising volume close under the level. Now can we take out the true low of day, 387.50s? Elliott Park. I stream for most of the time. Please give me a few minutes on either side of this. But for most of the streams, I do 45 minutes to about 40 minutes before the market opens. And then I go for about 2-3 hours after. There are days where I go a little less. There are most days I go over that. But we stream for a little bit after the open as well. So we do a little pre-market prep. And then we do a little couple hours after the open. Hey, BB, can you look at the trade? Oh, yeah. My bad, Jazz. I'm so sorry. I got you. I'm going. There we are. All right. Did I miss any? No, I remember all these. Rambo posted his nuke robot. I love that you're taking advantage of this, Rambo. That means a lot to me, man. Always love seeing you win. Shout out to Barry. The Duke Nukem game. Let's see, though. Mental trade. SPY entered with 2 poots. I like that you did that. Poots. Contracts. My target was pre-market low, which is what PML stands for. I entered poots because I saw it rejecting the golden pocket and increasing selling pressure. First stop loss, 390.20. I moved my stop loss so I can exit with profit. Second stop loss at 389.45. Profit 15%. Let's see what she did here. Okay, so entered some puts against the rejection. Set your stop loss at the previous high. I like that. As it rejected the gold. Okay, so you did your fib as well. Good stuff. Where did you grab your fib from? Did you go from open to high? Or what did you grab it from something else? I saw strong sellers pressure on the 30-minute time frame. Moved stop loss. So as price kept going down, she moved her stop loss, giving herself a lot better of a view there. Sold 1 put, but waiting patiently to see if it hits my target. My target is PML exit poots. 15%. Beautiful job, Jazz. Let's see, though. Was entry this part right here, or was it this candle? I am a little lost on that one. Open to high. Okay, so you did the open to high. Awesome. I love how you did your fib then. That's a perfect way to do it. So you pretty much watched it retrace, break that fib, and then you watched it or pull back and kind of reject it instantly, and then you kind of got in. So you kind of got an 80% type entry, right?
So breaking pre-market low, coming down, some volume.
Honestly, I think your entry is great. I like that you waited for the push-up. You did your fib. You waited for the breakdown. You waited for it to come back up and reject. I think this was a really good entry. Maybe you're second-guessing some of your previous trades, but I think this was a beautiful entry. Good risk, man, or good risk reward. You're buying at the top after a rejection. I think that's a beautiful spot to be buying. Great job. I also like your targets a lot. Now, I would say your first target needs to be the low of day, so kind of in between here somewhere. Like around here needs to be where you have your first target, because this is where price can make a bounce, because this is the low of day at that time. Of course, it's easy to say it's not now, but at the time, this probably needs to be your first target, and then this needs to be your farther one. But I do like that you sold relatively quick to that new low being broken, so you got some good momentum on that first one. Honestly, Jazz, 10 out of 10. I really like that. I also like that you talked about your stop loss. This is something Taylor has done a ton of times in her trade reviews, and I've given her props many, many times, but she always posts her first stop loss and then moving it after she sees her position is going better in her favor, which is really good. So really good job, Jazz. I like that a lot, to be honest with you. Trust me, I'd be hard on you if I saw a spot to be hard on you at, but that was a beautiful trade. Another awesome post by Joe here. 40% entry on the 275, 32 level of triple Qs, 30% profit, 15% stop loss, rising volume on the break of 275, 32, held past the first target because I wanted 30%. I think the entry may have been a little early. Maybe I could see why you say that, but I'd actually say you were on time because this was kind of like the candle that said, hey, get puts, but it wasn't really anything crazy. Because it had rising volume, but not really a crazy amount of volume. So I could see why you waited till this candle. So I wouldn't say early. If anything, I'd say you probably bought it the last chance, really. And then you exited within the next candle. Beautiful. Didn't even have to worry about holding that much longer. Great job, Joe. I love this mental trade, man. He's got another one here. 40% entry on the break of SPY 388.35, 21% profit. Would like to have 30%, but lowering volume on the way down, and sellers have struggled around these levels. Will also be okay. Good stuff. Positional awareness. He knows that he wants to make 30%, right? He knows that he wants to make that, but lowering volume on the way down, and sellers have struggled around these levels. So he's aware that down here it could get a reversal. So instead of just blindly holding, he takes profit a little bit earlier. I love that, Joe. I love that. Giving yourself a passive way of trading. Great work, man. Oh, and as I'm about to back up, Mel posts another one. So that was his first trade we talked about. Looks like he took another trade here against the reversal. So as price made that new low of day, came back up, rejected. He got in, sold at the new low of day towards, I guess, whatever level this is. He has a level there, so he's sticking to something. Beautiful job, Mel. Everybody's got some really good trade reviews in here today. Fight. Well, I promote taking mental trades over paper trades a lot of the time, Arjun, because he asked why take mental trade over paper trade, because paper trades can lie to you. A lot of people, when they get into paper trading, they get excited over the green or red of their position. They don't actually care why they entered or exited. When you're visualizing a trade, when you're making a mental trade, the entire focus is on why are you entering, why are you exiting. You're focused on the actual core of that trade rather than the aesthetics of it, seeing the green or red in your trade. And It also doesn't give you proper fills. Now, I'm not saying this for every program that has paper trading, but most programs that have a paper trading program inside of their application, a lot of the time you're getting way better fills than are ever actually possible. You're never going to actually be able to buy, and next thing you know, you're up 20%. That's not going to happen. That's not realistic, and that happens a lot in paper trading. So that's why I tell people mental trading is the best, because of the focus that it's on and because of the aesthetics. So multiple reasons. Yes, because the result isn't really the result. When you're paper trading, the result is basically a lie. And you're not focused on what actually got you in the trade, what got you out of the trade. But again, I'm just saying most platforms have an inaccurate paper trading system. And again, you know, even if you take that out of the equation, let's say all paper trading is super accurate, the fills are perfect. That still is going to make you focus on the green or red of the position. You're not even going to really care on why you entered or exited, because it's not actually your money. You know, you're just going to be sitting there excited about, oh wow, look guys, I just entered and I'm up 10% already. It's like, okay, but what? Why did you enter? And it's like, oh, I don't know, it just looked good. Like, okay, but why? Why did it look good? You know, you need to be able to point these things out. So that's why I promote mental trading. Okay, of course you could still paper trade. I'm not saying don't. It's not the end of the world, but I am pointing these couple of good points out to you. Plus, I always just feel like that's a super vague, stupid, simple response too. Whenever people are like, what should I do to be better in trading? 99% of people who are making content for other traders will tell you to paper trade. That's all they'll say. That's it. Just paper trade. That's it. That's the only information you'll get out of them. When you come to me, I tell you you need a mental trade. You need to be able to mark the levels, navigate the levels, and visualize those couple trade entries that we talk about. There's only 3 entries we ever look at in here: the 40% entry, the 80% entry, and the buy the dip entry. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out workshop number 11 or some of the playlists on the channel. But this is what we limit ourselves to, and this is what I limit my traders to. I tell them, go back after the day is done. Go back, review, circle your 40%, your 80%, circle your buy the dip entry. Circle these entries and visualize them. Visualize taking the trade. If that means you could even write down a contract. So you could technically paper trade without paper trading. You could go write down an actual contract. Say, all right, I'm entering here. Bam, write it down. If that's really what you want to do. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I would just focus on circling entry, circling exit, marking where would you have a stop loss, where would you have your first target, pointing out a list of reasons. Why did I like this trade? Why did I enter? Why did I exit? Why did I hold? What was happening? You know, really go back and tell the story of that chart. Visualizing is always going to be the greatest way to not just increase your knowledge of the charts, so next time you see it in a real-time opportunity, you actually pounce on it, as well as confidence. You'll grow in confidence. You'll be able to just jump into the trade. You won't even be thinking 2 things about it. You'll just and instantly understand, bam, I need to be in this trade. This happened, your parameters hit. And that's the best way to grow in trading. Confidence and your knowledge. It's by far the greatest method. Emotions only go away through time and process. They do not just disappear randomly. You don't just randomly become Superman and can ignore them. No. Ignoring your emotions is not going to help you. Coming to terms with your emotions is going to help you. It's not smart people who make good trades. It's disciplined people who make good trades. You don't have to be smart to take good trades or be a profitable trader. You have to be disciplined. Oh, that's a cool story, Matt. Yeah, JN, most applications are like that. I didn't know TradeStation was that bad, but TOS is that bad too. That's the one I'm most aware of. Thinkorswim's paper trading is awful.
I'm making those new intraday lows, just not on great volume here.
Yeah, rising over the previous candle, but yeah, like Devin said, not really amazing volume. We haven't really had amazing volume in over an hour.
Well, across the board, across the market, seems overall decreasing volume for most of this stuff.
Finally making a new low of day. Can we just hold it? Do not wick up. Give us direction.
We got a 15-minute candle about 40 seconds off. See if that does anything for us.
Mel. 208 viewers, 208 likes. You guys are awesome. We're perfectly in perfect parity. Oh, we have more likes than viewers. Killing it. Tesla lower low, VIX new highs, and breaking monthly. Good call out hybrid trading cowboy. Yep, VIX testing PMH. Good call out Daffy. Next level on SPY I have is 385.70. Let's see what mine is. I have 386.20. On my bigger time frame, I have 386.20. Which I know what this is from the bigger time frame. From the smaller time frame, this is going to most likely be an emerging candle or something. But I know for a fact that this level, without even looking, is the top of the consolidation period of the 13 to almost 14-day consolidation we had before breaking out. Go back and we'll test that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 14. So I was right on that. But this is the kind of resistance of consolidation that was turned into support. This is the next major level below, is 386.20s. For multiple reasons. For that reason. And then this one I think is from... Yeah, it's an emerging candle or a halfway point from the far left of the chart. Cool, cool, cool. And then I have 385 flat. Let me see, Matt. No. I don't know if I'd consider that a bear flag. But I would consider watching this 92.80 level because it looks like they pushed above it, held above it pretty well, got another high, now they're back down to this kind of same vicinity, really, kind of like right there. Look under that 92.80 for a possible bigger reversal on Goog. Goog and Google. Y'all should hear a Canadian person say Google. Like someone with a thick accent. One of my friends do it, and it's hilarious how he says Google. And then he makes fun of me for saying y'all. I do like that last trade with that 80% from the BB. To me, it's better entry and extremely confident and relaxed. 100%, Mel. Good job, too, Mel, visualizing. Even though you don't need to, it's still nice to see someone who is seasoned or someone who feels a little bit more experienced. It's still nice to see someone like that still pushing forward, still trying to learn, still trying to, you know, provide analysis for themselves. Is Jack Canadian?
But it's starting to get a little volume on this 10-minute candle now, starting to get increasing candle to candle seller volume. So let's see if we're going to pop this up. Got about 2 minutes or so left on this 10-minute candle.
Alright, so right here with this fib, just doing something to see short-term price action. I'm going from pre-market low where we broke to the low of this move so far before this buy relief came in. So now I want to see, can price maintain under these two areas right here? And if they can, this would give us a short-term confirmation that bears are still in control. So if we see a hold under that area, we will get a complete drop after that. If not, and they take over, there's a chance we start to consolidate again, which I know is not so much fun to watch, but it is going to happen. Still, today was still kind of impressive, even if you didn't have swings or not. It was still kind of cool to watch all of the initial breaks of today's open. We made a lower high under today's open, and then we sold off all the way to pre-market low. So even though everything was still technically inside of the range, it was very nice to see that kind of move from known areas. Again, it kind of sucks when you watch those moves happen and you're like, well, where's this happening from? What are the levels? I don't understand. At least we understand that they were known levels, and we got a good close over on that candle, so short-term retest already invalidated within the next 5 minutes. So now we'll see, can they hold this area and get a good relief bounce? Either way, though, today was still a really nice day, getting those lower highs under today's open. That was first indication bears had control. It was nice getting that initial pop this morning due to how far down the market had pushed down. Not just on SPY, but every other ticker, too. Most tickers were down in pre-market, at least the ones we looked at. So it's nice to see a lot of those kind of get that initial bounce like we initially thought. After that, though, they had no strength to continue on. It was Apple, Tesla, Meta with the only strength, and Google with the only strength for the most part this morning. And then at the end of it, it was literally just Meta. Even Tesla gave up, Apple gave up. Now it's just Google and Meta that have been holding up decently. So there wasn't really a whole lot of sectors working together today to increase over those resistances. They pretty much had the strength to get to them, but not over them as a majority. So that was impressive. Here on the bigger time frame, let me zoom it out. Yesterday I talked about this gap fill. We're either going to go fill it and get a bounce, or we're going to fill it and move lower. Today we filled it, moved lower from it. So we sold off from it through 388.40s, and we have 386.20s in sight. But next thing to look out for now is kind of the same thing I said here. You know, you could either get this fill and a bounce or a fill and a drop. Well, they filled and dropped it. It's the same thing that can happen here. We either get a test of this support and a really good bounce comes in, and then we look for either a bearish retest to maintain under this gap, or we look for them to invalidate that and slowly push over it, which can actually help bulls get back to the top of this range towards 400. If not, they're going to lose the 386.20s, and we're going to be back into that 13, almost 14-day range. So these are the next things to look out for, but I am going to end the stream there. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I really do appreciate the amount of support, activity, engagement, the questions being asked, the amount of times you guys help answer each other's questions too. It's not just me doing everything. You guys really are helping each other out as well. So I really do appreciate that. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Be sure to tune in for the Power Hour stream last hour of the day. I will be posting the link on Twitter and Discord like usual. So be sure to tune in to the Power Hour stream end of day where I go over SPY, my routine for looking for swings, and we'll see if we get another one or not. I'm currently not in anything, so we'll see if we get another one. If not, then no biggie. But I'll see y'all later on. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.